Hey gorgeous souls, it's Vix. Welcome back to my channel / my kitchen for your tarot and oracle card reading for the month of May 2025. Before we get stuck into pulling some cards for each of the elements that are associated with each of the zodiac signs, I wanted to tell you about a couple of exciting things. I mentioned this last month. The tarot card companion is out. Well, it's not out, it's up for pre-order. It will be out in a couple of months' time. This book is like everything that I know about tarot, and it's the book that I wanted when I started on my tarot journey. So if you're new to tarot, or if you are someone that just wants to take your practice to the next level, I highly recommend pre-ordering a copy of this. A couple of other exciting things that are happening. If you are interested in sorting out your money stuff, then we are running a course, especially for you over in Light Club this month, just to coincide with Taurus season. This is like the perfect time to be doing this work. This course is really simple. It's really easy. It's not like a huge time commitment or anything like that. It's basically 28 days where every day you get a different practice, ritual, or assignment to help you to kind of work through your money stuff. So there's practical stuff in there, there's mystical stuff, spiritual stuff, witchy stuff. There's a whole bunch of different things that we do like on every single day. We are doing a live round in Light Club. So if you'd like to join us, I'm going to do it too. I'm going to dive back into these practices and really like focus and go hard for myself as well. We have a WhatsApp group, so you can join us. You can share your experiences in there with us. We start on the 1st of May, but if you're watching this after the 1st of May, you can still join in late. There's not really a late or an early. The idea with us all doing it at the same time is that we're there to support each other. But if you're a few days behind or a few weeks behind, whatever, it doesn't matter. Just come and join us if you would like some support with your money stuff. You can also take the course outside of Light Club. You don't need to join us for the membership. You can just pop over to the website and purchase it. It's just $22 US to take the course. But if you join us in Light Club, you need to join as a star beam. There's two different levels. There's two different price points for Light Club. So you need to join us as a star beam, and then it's included. And on top of that, you also get the monthly healing circle, the monthly new moon intentions and card reading call, and you'll also get access to like a whole bunch of all my previous courses and classes, and that is just $22 US a month. Otherwise, you can join us for $11 a month and just get access to the live calls and the WhatsApp chat. Okay, I think that's it for the exciting things that are happening. I do have a couple of spaces for readings and author mentoring this month. I'm not doing as many readings and mentoring sessions as I once was because I'm working on a couple of exciting secret projects, which I'll tell you all about at some point in the next few months. But I do have some slots open. So if you'd like to work with me, all the deets are below on how we can make that happen. Okay, so on to the readings for this month. I will be using the Angels Among Us Oracle. This is the Oracle deck that's created by me and Ellie Grant. And it's a little bit iconic. It's a little bit of a cult classic. People love this deck. I love this deck. So we're going to use that today. And we're also going to be using the Your First Tarot deck. Now, I don't have the box for this yet, but this is also up on Amazon and all the usual places for pre-order as well. So if you like the look of the deck, as we're pulling cards today, the link will be below where you can pre-order that too. Okay, so let's begin with, before we begin, let's take a moment to just set an intention for the reading. So please join me if you can close your eyes. If you're somewhere it's safe for you to do that, I invite you to close your eyes. Otherwise, you can just lower your gaze or you can just listen. But let's just take a couple of deep breaths together. I like to put my hand on my heart, but you're welcome to do whatever feels good for you. Let's take a deep inhale and exhale. Let's do 2 more. Deep inhale and exhale, and deep inhale and exhale, and then just send your awareness into your heart space and take a moment here just to arrive in the space, to arrive in your body, to make sure that you're in a beautiful energy and vibration to be able to receive the guidance that you're here to receive today. Trusting that if you're here, if you're watching this, then there's something here for you today. And then just dropping into your heart anything that has really been on your mind, on your heart lately, anything that you really could use some guidance on. Maybe it's a specific situation, something in relationship, work, money, anything at all, your spirituality. Maybe you're just here to receive a message of guidance, whatever that is. Let's take another deep inhale together. Inhale and exhale. And I just like to set the intention, as always, that everything that comes through in this reading today is in alignment with the best and highest good of all of those present, listening and receiving. And so it is. Amen. Satnam. Okay, let's begin with our earth signs. And you can listen to this reading in any way you like. If you're an earth sign, welcome. If you have an earth, moon or rising, welcome. If you just felt called to click on the earth sign reading, welcome. You may be able to hear some crunching in the background. That's Morpheus having his lunch. Morpheus is my cat. Okay, so one of my cats. All right, this is the earth signs. Let's see what your guidance is for the month ahead. And these readings, these are always just a little bit of guidance. These aren't predictions of like what's going to happen. I'm not a fan of doing predictive readings at all because I know that we have power to change and create our destiny. Few of the cards have fallen on the floor, but I'm just going to keep shuffling. Okay, let me just grab those. So sometimes when one card flies out, I know that's the card, but I had this many cards fly out. So I'm just going to leave those to the side. Okay, all right. Let's see what is here for you, earth signs. Okay, so a really beautiful general message here around rest, relaxation, all for the benefit of your higher self, your connection with your higher self, your connection with your intuition. I'm feeling for many of you, and this is interesting because this isn't usually what you see with earth signs, but I'm feeling some tension, some stress, some anxiety, some worry, some fear, just that sort of stuff, you know, the general sort of stuff that we deal with every single day on planet Earth. But it feels a little bit heightened. It feels a little bit like it's more than what we would like to have in your energy field and in your physical body at this time. It's a really simple message and one that I'm sure you've heard a bajillion times, but it is to look after yourself and to look after your own energy. This is nothing new. This is absolutely nothing new. We've all heard this a million times, but there's a really strong message here around the more you rest, the deeper you rest, the more permission you're able to give yourself to say, you know what, I need to slow down. I need to stop and smell the roses. I need to pause. I need to stop and really think about this before making a decision. All of these things are going to help you to be more intuitive. So what happens when we're in this state of like fight or flight, we're in an anxious state, we're stressed, like whatever you want to call it, however you want to describe it, it's, you know, the feeling. It's like, I'm stressed to the max, I'm freaked out, I'm tired, whatever it is. When we're in that state, it's very difficult for us to really connect in with our intuition. And when we are struggling to connect in with our intuition, we often look for the answers and the guidance in other places. And that may be why you clicked on this video today. And hopefully this is a good place for you to be looking for that guidance and to be looking for those answers. But a lot of the time, and I'm going to speak from my experience here, a lot of the time when we're in that energy, we're not even consciously aware of like what we're doing. We're not even consciously aware of the fact that, oh, I'm seeking something here, or I'm trying to look for the guidance by doom scrolling, or I'm spending too much time watching Netflix instead of meditating on, you know, my own heart and soul, or whatever it is. And that's no disrespect to, you know, a little bit of scrolling or a little bit of Netflix, but I notice for myself that the tireder I am, like the more tired I am, the more I'm in not in a good energetic space, the more I find myself scrolling and just looking for something to give me that feeling, or it's not even necessarily like that I want guidance, that I'm like consciously trying to find guidance. It's just that I'm trying to feel better. You know, I'm trying to find something that will just hit the spot and make me feel better and like, you know, fix me. And I don't want to say that there's not a time and a place for that. I'm never going to be someone that's like, never do this, never do that. But just be aware, like, what is your thing? Figure that out. Like, what is your thing? What are the signs for you that you need a break, that you need to get off socials, that you need to pause, that you need to slow down? What are the signs for you? Because those signs are different for everybody, right? Like, what are those signs for you? And I also just feel like a lot of what's coming up for you isn't your stuff at the moment. Like, yes, there's, you know, we're all experiencing a personal reaction to what is going on in the world right now. Like, we're all having that. We're all like, you know, experiencing that for ourselves. But there's also like a lot happening in the collective. There is a lot of collective fear, anxiety, stress, all of these things right now. And sometimes it's useful to tap into that so that we can understand, you know, what's happening on the planet. What can we do? How can we help? But sometimes as well, we need to cut the cords and we need to disconnect and we need to find ourselves. I feel like the biggest thing, I feel like I'm rambling a lot for you earth signs, but I feel like the biggest thing that's happening right now is you're getting a lot of like interference, like you're getting a lot of interference with other people's energy, what people are sharing on social media, like what other people are telling you to do, what other people are you know, watching these videos, and people are like, oh, do this, do that. And I don't ever really want to be a person that kind of you know, like forces anybody to do a specific thing, you know, like that's, I'm not going to tell you do this and this will fix everything for you. I'm much more interested in helping you figure out for yourself what is your thing. Like, what is the thing that you need to do so that you can really listen to your intuition? And what I'm seeing a lot for you at the moment is I'm just seeing a lot of other people's energy, a lot of other people's stuff, and it's just feels like it's preventing you from fully being able to just go into meditation or just close your eyes and just go, okay, this is what I need to do. This is where I need to go. This is the path I need to walk. So I'm going to give you some homework. I'm going to give you an assignment. Yay! I will post below a video that I made. It's actually like a sort of an intro post to the witchy course that I did last year. I'm going to run that again this year, I think. It's called Basic Witch, and it's a video about energy protection. If you're new to energy protection or just need a reminder, watch that video. Work with your energy protection. But another thing that would be really helpful for you as well is to do some cord cutting. I have a cord cutting kit over on my shop, but if you join us in Light Club, you can get that for free. I think it's in there. If it's not in there, I'll put it in there this month. But there's also etheric daggers. That's also like another sort of type of energy that we can be dealing with as well. It's similar to cords, how we create cords. But etheric daggers are really just essentially like other people's stuff that's been sent to you. And it sounds a little bit creepy, like it's these daggers, but it's just people, you know, like you walk down the street and someone's got an opinion of you and it creates a little etheric dagger in your energy field, in your aura. Sometimes, depending on what's going on with your energy and how you're feeling and how good your energy protection is and all that kind of stuff. So I don't really have the time to fully go into that, how to clear that. But we do have, we did some clearing on that, I think, in one of our, we did that in one of our healing circles. So if you join us in Light Club, you'll be able to access loads more information about all of that stuff. But this is the biggest takeaway for you this month, Earth signs. Protect your energy. Try to be more aware of like what's mine, what's not mine, and give yourself permission to like take breaks and really begin to recognize like what's going on in my body, what does that mean, and what do I need to do about it? It's basically self-care 101 for you, for you this month. It's just all about self-care, looking after you, looking after your own energy so that you can do all the amazing things that you're here to do, right? Like that's what we're doing this for. We're not just doing it as like a chore, like, oh, I got to fix it, I got to like do my energy protection and stuff. It's like, no, you're doing this so that you can live your best and highest life, so that you can tune into your intuition like that. You know, whenever you're in a bind, whenever you are like, I don't know which way to go, you can just pause and you can just tune into your body and just trust yourself with where you need to go next. Okay, beautiful Earth signs. I feel like that was a little bit of a little bit of a lecture this month, but hopefully it was useful. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know if it resonated. I'd love to know what you're going to do for your energy protection, how you're going to move forward. If you have any questions about it, post below in the comments, because we can have a chat down there about anything that's more specific to you and your situation. Okay, sending you lots of love. Remember, if you want to work with me this month, Light Club or one-on-one, the dates are below on how we can do that together. Lots of love. Okay, this is the air signs. All right, air signs, we're up. Okay, let's have a look at our tarot card and our oracle card for this month. Again, not a prediction, just some guidance to help us on our journey. Okay, so don't you love it when you when you go for a tarot reading and you get that response? All right, air signs, this is some big stuff. This is some big stuff that's coming up for you this month. We've got Sekhmet, fierceness, destruction and rebuilding. And then we have judgment, spiritual awakening, redemption and karma. So this is a very... This is a big combo. This is a big card combo, and I'm just trying to tune in and figure out where to begin with this one. As soon as I turned it over, I was just like, okay, big stuff. I'm an air sign. This is all for me as well. So, you know, I got to get out of my ego and get out of my own way when it comes to passing on these messages, because I don't want to sugarcoat it for myself too much. Okay, change is the overall feeling of our two cards here this month. I'm just seeing this like this light coming in like an umbrella above us, and the energy of it is change. Things are changing. Wow, big news, Vix. That's really fascinating. Like I couldn't figure that out for myself. We know that we're going through a massive change on the planet right now. We can see that things are changing. We can see that there is a destruction and a rebuilding happening, right? We can absolutely see that. And we can absolutely see that collectively we're in a judgment situation right now too, right? I know a lot of people are saying, oh, we're in a tower moment. We totally are. There's so much tower energy around, but this judgment energy, it almost asks the question of like, okay, we're in a tower, we're in a collective tower moment. The judgment card comes in and it asks us, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do about it? And this is actually, you know, when I first turned this over, I was like, oh shit, you know, like this is like not what I wanted to see for myself for this month. But the more I'm tuning into the energy of this, it feels exciting. It feels really exciting. Air signs, we're getting called up. We're getting called up to really like get to work, make things happen, and be a part of the new world that we want to live in. And we're seeing that every day right now, right? Like we're seeing people protesting, we're seeing people posting. My threads has just been full of people talking about protests and human rights and like we can't go backwards and all this stuff. And like I'm all for that, right? Like I'm like about as left-leaning as people can go. So I'm here for all of that. And it's scary. Like it's really a scary time that we're in right now, but it's also an exciting time because we are seeing people rising up. We are seeing people getting out of the coffins that they've been in and going, hang on a second, I am not going to just sit here and let this happen. I'm going to be part of a positive change. And this is why this is so exciting, because you are being reminded here in this reading today that you have the power and that your role in this massive shift that we're experiencing on Earth, your role is not to just sit around and get overwhelmed and feel like there's nothing I can do. What's the point? I'm just gonna like shrivel away and like, you know, just let it happen. There are days where you're gonna feel like that, and on those days you honor that and you do what you can to move through it, right? Like we're not supposed to be machines. We're not supposed to just be constantly pushing and striving and doing things, right? Like we are supposed to rest. We are supposed to take those times off. We are supposed to feel our feelings and acknowledge them and honor them and you know, do what we need to do with those. But ultimately, this has been coming through for me a lot, and it's been coming through for other people in my community too. But we need to make sure that we don't let this collective chaos stop us from living our purpose, creating our art, running our businesses, sharing our messages, doing whatever it is that you're here to do, making memes and putting them on the internet, making beautiful artworks. I'm just talking about a lot of creative things here, but just living your best life, doing things that spark joy for you and the people around you, healing others through relationship and community, you know, all the things that you're here to do. Like your purpose is important. That's a direct message coming through loud and clear. Your purpose is important. And you cannot allow this current situation on Earth to stop you from living your purpose and doing what you feel you're here to do. It's very important. That's coming through again, really loud and clear. Your guides are like, it's very important that you do this, that you do whatever you are feeling called to do. Don't just get those nudges from the universe of like, oh, I think I'm supposed to do this. I think I'm supposed to write this book. I think I'm supposed to start a food blog. I think I'm supposed to run a marathon. I think I'm supposed to foster a kid. I think I'm supposed, whatever your thing is that's coming up for you, that you're like, I think I might be supposed to do this, then you need to be following that. I always talk about it as following the cosmic breadcrumbs, these little breadcrumbs. We don't always have the full picture. We don't always have the full picture of like, this is your life purpose and you must go down this path and you're supposed to study for this and get this job and then you'll be living your purpose. It doesn't really work like that. But we get these cosmic breadcrumbs, we get these little niggles, we get these little moments of, and that's exciting me. That feels like that's calling my soul in some way. And we take a step forward and we see what's next. And that's how we get to where we're supposed to go. This is really just like a butt kicking, I feel, this reading today, this message, for you to make sure that you're still taking action on the things that are important to you, and to make sure that you don't buy into any of this belief. And actually, this is all in my newsletter this month as well. Like, I've written so much about this in my newsletter too. We need to make sure that we're not letting the chaos of the world around us stop us from creating, living our dreams, doing our thing, whatever we're here to do. Because this is how we create new earth, my friends. This is how we create new earth. We don't just wait until the old structure has completely crumbled and then we go, okay, who wants to make new earth? We do it now. We do it every day. We do it with every action we take, with every choice that we make. We're laying the foundation for a new earth. Whether new earth is going to be physical on this earth plane, or whether new earth is going to be in a higher, different dimension, I'm not really sure. But I do know that we can make a huge positive difference, and we can change this narrative. We can change the world with our positivity, by living our purpose, by trusting ourselves, trusting our intuition, and following the breadcrumbs. We can do this together. Okay, beautiful air signs. I hope that was useful. If you have any questions, if you have anything to add, if you have anything to share, please do post it in the comments below. And if you'd like to work with me one-on-one or join us in Light Club, all of the info is down below to find out how to do that. Hope you have the most amazing month ahead, making a massive positive difference in the world, in the hearts and lives of those around you and within yourself. And so it is. Lots of love. Okay, water signs. Let's have a look at your cards. Okay, we have your tarot card. Let's pull an oracle card. Ooh. Sometimes it's not clear. Okay, it's that one. All right. Okay, so I'm seeing a thread between all of the readings today, and it's all very much about getting into our power. That is the theme for everybody this month, and it's very much also the theme for you water signs. You have Archangel Metatron here, spiritual power, esoteric wisdom, sacred geometry, and then you also have the Page of Swords, innovative, insightful, and logical. So these are your two cards, and I just want to have a little bit of a look here, because there's a connection here between the logical aspect of the Page of Swords and the message around esoteric wisdom. Now, this month for you, there is a theme of learning, study, and for some people that may be like for other people like me, it'll be like, yes, what are we reading? What are we studying? What are we learning? And that is up to you. That is totally up to you what it is that you're learning, studying, reading, but find something and study it. You've probably already got things that you're curious about, things you're interested in. If you're like me, you probably have a massive stack of books by your bedside that you're maybe just a little bit dived into so far, and you're like, oh, I really want to like make some time to really get stuck into that. This is the month to do it. I'm hearing from your guides to pick one book. This is if you're a book person, this message is for you. Pick one book that is on your list, a spiritual book or something that is self-development, personal development, something like that. Pick one book and read the whole book this month, or within, a month from when you're watching this. Give yourself a month. If it's a really big book, you're allowed to give yourself a little bit longer. But you have, there's so much information out there. This is coming through too, okay? This is a little message here from Metatron, a little message, sorry, Metatron. It's like, I don't do little messages. A message from Metatron, there is so much information out there in the world, right? There's so much information. We have way too much information. It's too much. It's way too much. And that is why the advice here is to pick up a book and read a book. Because when we read a book, we're focusing on one topic. We're going deep into one topic. Think about the difference, right? Between, say you want to learn tarot. We're going to use that as an example. And if you do want to use tarot, you could get this book, although it's not out yet, but you could pre-order it and you could, do one book this month and do this book when it arrives. But you choose one book, right? A tarot book. What do you think you could get from the experience of choosing a tarot book and working through the whole book, reading through the whole book in a month with your cards and practicing that way? What do you think that experience would be like versus going onto Instagram or TikTok and scrolling some tarot content? There's some great content. There's some great tarot content on those spaces. I create some of it and I put it up there too. It's great. I'm not saying it's not worthwhile or useful, but it's a completely different experience. It's very passive when we look at stuff online. We're not really engaging. We're just observing. But when you read a book, you're engaging and you're learning. So read a book. That's your guidance. That's your guidance for this month. Water signs is to read a book. That's so basic, but it's why can't it be basic? Why does it have to be this huge thing? You also have here the Page of Swords. I always feel like the Page of Swords is a very cleansing, clearing energy. And so this could also be a really beautiful month for you to clear your space. That's what I'm saying. We had a really, there was messages about protection, psychic protection for our earth signs. But your message, your focus is really around space clearing. And this means cleaning your space, physically cleaning it, but also clearing the space energetically. There's so much information you can find out about that online if you don't already have that information. You could read a book about how to clear your space. Magical Housekeeping by Tess Whitehurst is fantastic if you're looking for something. But clearing your space physically, energetically, decluttering is a spiritual practice, one of the best spiritual practices you can do. Get things out of your house that are not useful. Get them out of your house, recycle them, donate them, do what you need to do, but let go of things that you're not using, let go of things that have no use, have no light in them for you anymore. And this is a beautiful spiritual practice because it makes space for new to come in. And you can do that with your books too. If you're going through your books this month and you're I'm never going to read that, or that no longer interests me. I read that 10 years ago. I'm not going to read it again. Let those go. Let them go to somebody else who could really receive blessings from them. And then you have space on your shelf for your new books that you're going to buy and read this month. Okay, really simple, really beautiful message actually, just around the importance of continuing to study continuing to study, whether it's spiritual, magical, tarot, self-development, personal development, anything along those lines, anything that's going to help you to grow and help you on your path would be fantastic for you. I feel like you're just in this beautiful space of learning, growth, and then, you know, you will be able to do amazing things with what you discover. It will lead you. These things always lead you on to somewhere else. Whenever I read a spiritual book, it always shifts something for me. It always leads me to, like, now that I've read that book, ooh, maybe I'll go down that path. Maybe I'll find out more about this thing. Maybe I will have just read that thing and that was great. I've got that information now. But yeah, I hope that was useful. Read a book. If you want to work together this month, the links are below. And I should have mentioned that in Light Club, every month we read a book. And this is like totally optional. And the book that I chose last month was kind of like a book that you're probably going to take like 6 months to read. So that one's like, okay, some people are going to be working with that for a while. But we pick a book every month and we all read it together, although people who want to read it will read it. And then we just kind of share in the chat, you know, how you're going with the book, like, do you like it? What's coming up for you? And, you know, even if you don't want to share in the group chat about your book, what you're reading, we're getting like a little bit of a list now, like a backlist of all of the books that we have read. So I think there's like 4 or 5 books in there now on the list. We also watch a movie every month too. So that's fun as well. But yeah, there's a little list in there of like some good books. And they're all books that either I recommend or that I've wanted to read for ages. I'm like, let's read this together because I really want to read that. So I don't actually know what the book is yet for May. I'm recording this just a couple of days before the 1st of May. But there will be a new book this month as well. So if you want support reading your book, Light Club is it. Let me know if you want to work together one-on-one this month. Otherwise, send me a comment, post below. Let me know if this resonated. Let me know what you're reading, and I'll see you next month. Lots of love. Okay, fire signs. Let's see what's in your cards this month. Okay. We have our Oracle card here. Let's have a look at our tarot. Sometimes you want to rush it and expect the card to be right there, and it's not. So you have to keep, ooh, okay. That's our card. I love it. Okay. All right. I love this. Okay. So where do we start? Tarot Oracle. Our tarot card that fell on the floor. Holding the vision, ships coming in. This is the 3 of Wands. Now the words and phrases on this deck are totally optional. You can use your own. You don't have to use mine. But I actually really enjoy using this tarot deck as a little bit of an oracle. It's got like an oracle flavor when you use it with the keywords. It's really interesting. Okay, and then we have Goddess Gaia, Mother Nature, the provider, the elements. Now, straight away, there's a big message coming through here for you, fire signs, that this is not the time to give up on your goals or your vision for your future or your vision for the planets, or anything that you've been thinking that you want to do or that you've been working towards. Some of you, I feel like, this may just be a couple of people watching this, may just be one person, but some of you, someone is like right on that edge of like, I think I'm just gonna let this go and give up. And your message is not yet, not yet, not yet. And so much of the time when we manifest, I feel like this is a big manifesting message for you, fire signs. Lots of stuff coming through around manifestation, your power to manifest, to meet your goals, to make things happen in your life. And lots of the energy and the guidance here is like You have the power. This is the message that's been coming through for like everybody this month. You have the power to make great things happen in your life. You have the power to set goals and reach them. You have the ability to set goals and reach them. You can set goals and reach them. I feel like I needed to say that quite a few times for somebody who's listening. Maybe for everybody listening, maybe for myself. It's always useful to hear that, like, as many times as you need to. But you have the power to set a goal and reach it. So the question here is, what is your goal? What do you want? What do you want to achieve? Because you can absolutely achieve it, but it's very difficult to achieve your goals if you don't set a goal. It's difficult to achieve your goals if you don't set a goal. I feel like this little reading here has turned into like a business seminar or something. But it's like, your guides are just like, hello, like if you want to make something happen in your life, you go, okay, first of all, you got to get honest with yourself, right? You got to get honest with yourself. You got to tell yourself, this is what I want. Sometimes it helps to tell somebody else as well. You can always tell me, you can send me an email and just tell me, Vix, this is my goal. Just say that you've told someone, you know, just energetically. You want to tell like a safe person too, right? Like this can be really helpful, especially if you're at a place where you don't yet fully like trust your vision or trust yourself. You don't want to tell people that are just going to be like, why do you want to do that? You know, like sometimes I mention something to someone and I'm like, oh, I really want to create this thing. I really want to write this book. And they'll be like, really? Like, why? And that's not always helpful, right? Like, so I like to tell people about my projects who I know are going to be excited about them and be like, wow, I can't wait for that. That sounds so cool. And then it's like, yeah, now I got to go do it because I told someone I was going to do it. It's a beautiful way to like, you know, make yourself do something because you told people that you would. Of course, it's always up to you whether you tell people or not. But you need to be honest with yourself. First and foremost, I remember doing this reading with a client many, many years ago, and they came into the session and I asked them, you know, what do you want to do? Like, what do you want to talk about? And they said they wanted to talk about career. And I said, okay, so what do you want to do with your career? And they were like, I don't really know. And I was like, okay, that's fine. We can take some time and we can pull cards and we can, you know, talk about it, pull cards, have a look at what's occurring, what's going on. We did that. We pulled cards, we got guidance, we got messages about, you know, potential things that she could do, you know, all of this kind of stuff. And it was, you know, it was a helpful reading. But at the very end, the very last few minutes, it was like 5 minutes before the end, this person went, you know what I'd really like to do? And then they said this plan of like, I'd really like to boom, 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 boom. And I was like, okay. If you said that at the beginning of the session, we could have spent this whole time figuring out how to get you from here to there. But, you know, looking back on it now, it's like that was the exact session we needed to have so that that person could get to the point of saying, this is what I really want. And so this month, you're being asked to be honest with yourself, maybe someone else, maybe you just write it on paper because that's very powerful as well. And you say, this is what I really want. And you be honest and you don't go, yeah, that'd be nice if it happened, but it's probably not going to happen. Just be honest and just go, what do you really want? What's your biggest plan? What's your biggest goal? What's your biggest dream for your life? Is it, I don't know, I won't even give examples because it could be so many different things. But once you have that, once you know what that is and you're able to be honest with yourself and say, this is the plan. This is my vision. This is my vision for my life, for my work, for my relationship, for my spirituality, for whatever it is, my business, whatever. This is my vision. This is what I want. Then you can go, okay, how do I make that happen? What do I need to do to get from here to here? And then you make a plan. And then you start activating the plan by taking action on the steps that are in your plan. And of course, plans change. And of course, you might take a couple of steps forward and realize, hang on a second, my goal's over there. I've gone a little bit this way. I need to figure out how to get back on track. Sometimes the goal changes. Sometimes you take a few steps forward towards one path and you go, you know what? And now that I'm really looking down this path, I think I need to go a little bit that way and slightly change it. You can change it. You can change your goal. You can change your vision. You can change your path anytime. But it is harder to make any dream come true, make any goal come true, if you're just standing in a field with no direction at all. Like, oh, you're going to end up walking around in circles. And trust me, I know I've spent a lot of time walking around in circles. I really have. And then one day I realized that the only way to really get somewhere and to stop walking around in circles was to say, you know what? I'm going to go that way to that thing and see what happens. And then you start walking and then you go, actually, I think I'm going to go this way now, because now I can see that that's actually what I really want. But when you're standing in the middle of a field with no direction, you will just go in circles. And you know what? If you go in circles, eventually you might find your way. You might still find your way. You might still find your way to the place where you wanted to. You might one day wake up and go, wow, this is exactly where I wanted to be. I didn't even realize that. Then power to you. Is just a different way of getting there. But in my experience, from what I've seen from myself and clients and most people on planet Earth, the best way to get somewhere is to set a goal, set an intention, figure out how to get there and move forward. You have the power to set your goals, to reach your goals, to make things happen. But you can only do that if you set those goals and make it happen. So this whole reading this month has been a little bit of a butt kick, but hopefully a useful one that's going to help you get on your best and highest path and make these things happen. Live your dreams and make it come true. Also, if you're interested in finding out more about manifestation, I don't have all my books here. I should probably bring them when I do these videos, but I have a book called Manifest Your Dreams, published by HarperCollins, and it is full of all of my manifesting tips, everything that I do to manifest, everything that everything I've done in the past to manifest, like all the super cool things that I've manifested in my life. It's always a journey. We're always learning more about manifestation. I'm working on manifesting some other cool things right now. But yeah, if you want to know more about that, Manifest Your Dreams by Victoria Maxwell, that is for you. And if you'd like to work together one-on-one, author mentoring, light club, readings, if you want to work together in any way, shape or form, the deets are below. Post me a comment in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to know if this resonated. And I am sending so much love your way, wishing you an amazing month ahead. Lots of love.